In The Phantom Menace, Anakin is found by Qui-Gon Jinn and becomes a Jedi under the tutelage of Obi-Wan Kenobi. But what if this didn't happen? What if the Jedi never landed on Tatooine? Or what if they landed on Tatooine but never came across Watto's shop? What if Anakin was never found? On the arid planet of Tatooine, a young slave named Anakin Skywalker toils under the watchful eye of his owner, Watto. Despite the harsh conditions, Watto is relatively fair, allowing Shmi, Anakin's mother, to earn money for herself. However, Watto's occasional fits of rage and threats of punishment keep Anakin and his mother in line. From an early age, Anakin is captivated by the thrilling spectacle of pod races. He spends months crafting his own pod racer, fueled by his relentless determination. However, Watto consistently dismisses his efforts, discarding of the parts as useless junk. An opportunity finally arises for Anakin when Watto and his mother give him permission to participate in an upcoming race. Eager to prove himself, Anakin takes to the tracks, but disaster strikes as fuel malfunction nearly costs him his life. Shmi and Watto, fearing for Anakin's safety, forbid him from racing again. Anakin, going through the tumultuous phase of his teenage years, keeps a secret hidden. He has discovered a latent ability, the Force. One day, during a heated argument with his mother, Anakin unintentionally taps into the Force. Frustrated, he retreats to his room, unknowingly channeling his power. As he opens his eyes, he is astonished to witness his belongings suspended in the air, shaped into a floating ball. Anakin recognizes this mysterious force as the power the Jedi wield, but he keeps his newfound ability hidden from his mother and Watto, fearing the consequences. Every day, Anakin fulfills his tasks in Watto's shop, but once he is finished, he rushes to his room to practice the Force. His mother assumes he is merely engaged in typical teenage activities, while Watto remains indifferent as long as the work is completed. As the years pass, Anakin's connection to the Force grows stronger. However, since no other Force users actively seek out new recruits, his presence goes unnoticed. Tatooine, a sparsely populated planet, rarely harbors individuals with strong Force potential. With time, Anakin gains more freedom and the ability to earn his own money. By the age of 18, he possesses remarkable strength in the Force, although he is not as powerful as in the original timeline. When the Clone Wars erupt, Anakin sees an opportunity to fulfill his dreams of freedom. After saving diligently, he manages to amass enough funds to free both himself and his mother, and equip himself with weapons. During a chance encounter while gambling, Anakin meets a seasoned bounty hunter named Boone. Their conversation turns to the topic of bounty hunting, and Anakin expresses his interest in the profession. Skeptical, Boone challenges Anakin to unarmed combat, a test of skill rather than intent to harm. Anakin, secretly drawing upon the Force to anticipate his opponent's moves, surprises everyone by swiftly defeating Boone. Boone and Anakin forge an unexpected friendship, training together whenever they can. Anakin's natural talents, enhanced by his mastery of the Force, turn him into a formidable bounty hunter. Though he despises the killing aspect of his work, Anakin revels in the thrill of adventure. Anakin harbors disdain for both factions in the war. The Republic's tolerance for slavery in the Outer Rim and the brutal tactics employed by the CIS repulse him. Nonetheless, Anakin amasses a fortune from his missions, eventually rivaling even the renowned bounty hunter Cad Bane. Count Dooku, somehow aware of Anakin's unique ability, summoned him to a CIS stronghold on the remote planet of Seraphon. With the galaxy embroiled in the Clone Wars, Dooku saw an opportunity to exploit Anakin's Force sensitivity for his own agenda. Dooku revealed to Anakin his knowledge of his power, emphasizing the importance of keeping this information concealed from the Jedi Order. The mission Dooku assigned Anakin was to neutralize Tavan Krall, a Jedi Knight who had become a thorn in Dooku's side. Krall had discovered some sensitive information regarding the Separatist plans and had gone rogue, seeking to expose Dooku's warmongering. Dooku saw this as a threat to his plans and sought to eliminate the rogue Jedi swiftly and discreetly. Equipped with an array of advanced weaponry, Anakin set out to track down and confront Krall. His arsenal included blaster pistols, sniper rifles, and an assortment of gadgets customized for his bounty hunting endeavors. Although Anakin lacked a lightsaber, he compensated with meticulous planning and resourcefulness. Anakin's search led him to the desolate planet of Caladan, where rumors suggested that Krall was hiding. The planet's harsh terrain and dangerous wildlife posed additional challenges, but Anakin navigated the obstacles with his exceptional physical prowess and instincts. After a series of intense encounters with Krall's loyal followers and surviving various traps, Anakin finally cornered the renegade Jedi in a hidden fortress deep within the planet's jungles. The ensuing confrontation showcased Anakin's adaptability and unconventional combat techniques. Anakin evaded Krall's lightsaber strikes with acrobatic maneuvers, relying on his agility and swift reflexes to stay one step ahead. He utilized his blaster pistols and other ranged weapons to create a constant barrage of fire, forcing Krall onto the defensive. Anakin tapped into the Force to gain an edge in the battle. He enhanced his reflexes, enabling him to react to Krall's movements with greater accuracy. However, he remained cautious, wary of revealing the true extent of his powers to the Jedi he intended to defeat. As the duel reached its climax, Anakin cleverly disabled Krall's lightsaber with an electromagnetic pulse device, temporarily neutralizing the Jedi's primary weapon. With Krall disarmed, Anakin seized the opportunity to subdue him, relying on his hand-to-hand combat skills and restraining devices to incapacitate the Jedi. Standing over the defeated Krall, Anakin's emotions became a tumultuous storm within him. He had accomplished the mission assigned by Dooku, proving his worth as a bounty hunter and silencing a Jedi threat. However, the encounter had illuminated the true nature of his power and the choices it presented him. The weight of his actions, the clash between his desire to be the best bounty hunter and his latent Jedi ideals rest heavy on the young Anakin. The knowledge that he had defeated a Jedi without the use of a lightsaber shook Anakin to his core. The mental and moral toll of the mission would linger, leaving him questioning his path and the choices he had made. Anakin set course for Seraphon to tell Count Dooku of his success, but he did not find Dooku. Instead, he found a holo recording telling him to meet Dooku at the industrial sector of Coruscant. Anakin, still processing the emotion and the power he felt tapping into his darkness, sets course for Coruscant. To his surprise, Anakin finds himself facing not only Dooku, but also another cloaked figure, Darth Sidious, the puppet master orchestrating events behind the scenes. Anakin's attempt to hide his Force sensitivity has failed, exposing him to the Sith. "The Force is with you, young Skywalker," Sidious remarks, his voice tinged with amusement. Anakin realizes that deception is futile, having used his ability to sense others countless times. Anakin defiantly replies, "I was a slave on Tatooine. I will not be enslaved by another master." Amused by Anakin's boldness, Sidious retorts, "Boy, I am not an enslaver." Interrupting him, Anakin declares, "The dark side is." Intrigued yet growing impatient with Anakin's resistance, Sidious commands Dooku to attack. The ensuing duel between the two Force users is fierce, with neither gaining a clear advantage. Anakin's skills surpass those he demonstrated against Krall, but Dooku, a master of both light and dark, remains a formidable opponent. Desperate to turn the tide in his favor, Anakin taps into every ounce of power he possesses, unleashing an array of Force abilities. He begins to overpower Dooku. Meanwhile, Sidious observes the duel, cackling with twisted delight. As the tables begin to turn, it becomes evident that Anakin is far too powerful for Dooku. Dooku, sensing the inevitable defeat, redirects his efforts towards negotiation. He proposes an alliance between himself and Anakin, promising an end to the senseless war and the restoration of peace. "Now, Dooku," Anakin shouts, his attention shifting to Sidious. Anakin Skywalker and Count Dooku find themselves engaged in a fierce battle in the industrial sector of Coruscant. Anakin, without his lightsaber, relies solely on his mastery of the Force to face the formidable Sith Lord. As the battle ensues, the air crackles with energy, and the industrial sounds of the surrounding machinery serve as a backdrop to the intense confrontation. Anakin and Dooku, both wielding their powers to their fullest extent, matching Palpatine's strength in the Force. Anakin, drawing upon his raw potential and intense determination, unleashes a torrent of Force abilities. He uses telekinesis to hurl debris at Palpatine, sending massive chunks of metal hurtling through the air with alarming speed. Palpatine, with lightning-fast reflexes, dodges and deflects the projectiles effortlessly, demonstrating his own formidable skills. Count Dooku, a seasoned duelist with a deep understanding of both light and dark sides of the Force, engages Palpatine in a mesmerizing lightsaber duel. Their blades clash in a dazzling display of both skill and power. Dooku employs precise strikes, seeking weaknesses in Palpatine's defense, while Palpatine counters with swift, calculated movements, his red lightsaber blazing in the darkness. Meanwhile, Anakin, unleashing his fury, taps into the Force in ways he never thought possible. He channels his raw emotions, using them to fuel his power. His connection to the Force surges, and he begins to exhibit mastery over abilities rarely seen before. Anakin manipulates the very fabric of reality, warping space and time itself. With a focused concentration, Anakin creates a powerful force field around himself, deflecting Palpatine's dark side attacks. Bolts of Sith lightning crackle against the barrier, futile against Anakin's unwavering determination. The immense strain on his body and mind becomes evident, but Anakin remains resolute, refusing to be overpowered. The battle rages on, with the three powerful Force users locked in a constant exchange of blows, both physical and metaphysical. Anakin and Dooku fight as a seamless team, utilizing their combined strength and strategic coordination to counter Palpatine's relentless assault. In a desperate move, Palpatine unleashes a wave of dark energy, attempting to overwhelm Anakin and Dooku. The Force trembles under the weight of his power, causing the ground to crack and tremors to shake the surrounding structures. But the two stand firm, their combined strength serving as an impenetrable shield against Palpatine's malevolence. As the battle reaches its climax, Anakin and Dooku manage to gain a slight advantage. They synchronize their efforts, launching a coordinated assault on Palpatine. Anakin uses the Force to bind Palpatine, restricting his movements and limiting his ability to counterattack. Dooku seizes the opportunity, striking with precise and calculated strikes, aiming to incapacitate their powerful adversary. Despite their best efforts, Palpatine, fueled by his insidious determination, fights back with a renewed ferocity. He taps into the dark side's well of power, calling upon the Force to aid him in his desperate struggle. Anakin and Dooku find themselves pushed to their limits, their bodies and minds taxed by the sheer intensity of the battle. In a final act of defiance, Anakin taps into his deepest reservoir of strength. With an explosion of raw power, he breaks free from the limitations that had bound him. The Force surges within him, manifesting in a blinding burst of light that momentarily engulfs the battlefield. Palpatine is temporarily stunned, his defenses weakened by the unexpected surge of power. Seizing the opportunity, Dooku unleashes a flurry of precise strikes, his lightsaber a blur of motion. Palpatine, caught off guard, finds himself unable to fully defend against Dooku's onslaught. The former Sith Lord's strikes find their mark, and with a final decisive blow, Dooku kills Palpatine. The battle ends with Palpatine defeated and unable to continue his nefarious machinations. Anakin and Dooku, their bodies and spirits exhausted, stand victorious but humbled by the immense power they had witnessed and overcame. Their alliance, born out of necessity, has proven to be a formidable force against the darkness that has threatened the galaxy. With the Sith truly extinguished, Anakin found himself seeking solace in a local cantina on Coruscant. The dimly lit establishment buzzed with activity as patrons enjoyed their drinks and engaged in lively conversations. Anakin, seated at the bar, felt a sense of relief and freedom like never before. As fate would have it, his eyes caught the attention of a beautiful woman sitting alone at a nearby table. Intrigued by her presence, he mustered the courage to approach her, and they struck up a conversation that flowed effortlessly. Her name was Lyra, a spirited and independent individual who shared Anakin's thirst for adventure. Their connection deepened over time, and they soon found themselves inseparable. Anakin and Lyra embarked on countless adventures across the galaxy, exploring uncharted planets and discovering hidden wonders. During their travels, they eventually decided to settle on the serene and picturesque planet of Alderaan, a place known for its lush landscapes and rich cultural heritage. In their new home, Anakin and Lyra's love blossomed, and they were blessed with 3 children. Their family grew with the arrival of 2 boys, Jaden and Kale, and a girl named Seraphina. Each child inherited their father's strong connection to the Force and their mother's adventurism. However, the tranquility of their lives was shattered when the once presumed dead Count Dooku resurfaced, seeking redemption for his past actions. Dooku recognized the potential within Anakin and offered to train him in both the light and dark sides of the Force, seeking to restore balance and prevent the mistakes of the past from repeating. Reluctant but intrigued by the opportunity, Anakin accepted Dooku's offer, understanding that a complete understanding of both sides of the Force could provide invaluable wisdom and insight. Under Dooku's guidance, Anakin embarked on a journey of self-discovery, wrestling with the complexities of the light and dark, and striving to find harmony within himself. As the years passed, Anakin's children grew, each displaying their own unique connection to the Force. Jaden exemplified the noble and compassionate aspects of the Jedi path, while Kale's strength and resolve drew him closer to the allure of the dark side. Seraphina, on the other hand, possessed remarkable affinity for healing and restoration, her abilities seemingly boundless. Together, this family embarked on a remarkable odyssey, navigating the intricate dance between light and dark, love and loss, as they sought to redefine the balance of the Force. Their journey would not only shape their own destinies, but also influence the galaxy at large, leaving an undeniable mark on the ever-evolving tapestry of the Star Wars saga.